Coach West End restrooms.
Well, up next, Northwestern at Concordia. Looks like Concordia could get a win for the second time this season. It's been a while. They beat Southside in week number 1, but Northwestern is winless entering this game.
Yeah, Northwestern's really struggled this year. I think Concordia wins this game pretty easily. Their passing game, Northwestern is, we talked a little bit about how Marion's defense is designed. Northwestern's defense is designed to stop the run, while Concordia doesn't run it well. I'm sure they'll try to run it in this one with Dontrell Johnson between the tackles, but the Cadets want to get the ball out in space quickly to their athletes, namely Robert Johnson and Jace Parnan. Eli Maddox has had a nice season. This is a great opportunity for the Cadets to get another taste of victory before they close down the season. It's been a rough year for Concordia football. Certainly not what those folks are accustomed to in the last 10 to 15 years. They've won a lot of football games, but they also know that this program's built really to shine in the Class 3A state playoffs. So good opportunity for Concordia to get a dub. And the IHSAA did confirm that they can celebrate senior night, because last week, of course, they had senior night washed away because Northside had to cancel with quarantine issues. So I thought that was a really nice touch and gesture by the IHSAA to approve that. And I give Coach Eschbach and Tim Manigault, the athletic director of Concordia, a lot of credit for asking. And because senior night is special. I mean, you know how it is, Jeff, when you play football, a lot of these kids aren't going on after this season when they're seniors. When the last game and that last whistle happens and the scoreboard says zeros, it's over for most of these kids, and it can be very emotional. And senior night's a special night, so I'm really happy for the kids out of Concordia, the seniors specifically, that they get to celebrate that class after last week's senior night was canceled.
Casey, if Concordia does win this game, they'll most likely have to face a Norwell team that is rolling right now ever since that loss to Leo.
Yeah, and that'll be a tough matchup, clearly, for the Cadets. I mean, Norwell will be a heavy favorite in that contest should it materialize. But first things first, I think the Cadets just want to go out in this one, take care of business. Their special teams have been atrocious this year. I mean, you could make, I think, a strong case in the SAC that no one has had more problems in their special teams units than Concordia has. And so I know Coach Eschbach and his staff has put a lot of effort these last couple of weeks into special teams. Maybe the time off last week, I don't know this for a fact, but perhaps they just said, let's take a day or two and just exclusively work on some of our miscues and whatnot on the special teams units, especially with their punt team. They just really, really struggled. So hopefully they've worked out some of those kinks, or better yet, maybe they don't have to punt, right? They just move the ball up and down the field with Eli Maddox and getting it out in space to some of those athletes. Maybe Dontrell Johnson gets a little mojo going in the running game behind Big Bubba Craig. Larry Shanefield is back. I did confirm. I think he's missed the last 3 weeks. He will be back, the senior two-way lineman. They've really missed him because they're not very deep in the trenches. James Rusher should be healthy. He was dinged up a couple weeks ago, the tight end and outside linebacker for the Charger or for the Cadets. So they feel like they're starting to come back together. This is a great opportunity to erase some of the sting of this season and leave these kids with better taste in their mouths as the season comes to a conclusion. So I think Concordia wins this game pretty easily, and the weather should cooperate. I think I wouldn't be surprised if Eli Maddox throws for over 300 yards, and Jace Parnan and Robert Johnson have really, really big games catching the ball.
Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Zollner Stadium and this broadcast of high school playoff football here on SummitCitySports.com. This is the first round of the Class 3A sectionals, and we got Concordia taking on Northwestern from over in Kokomo, Indiana. Looks like they've just had the coin toss. Meanwhile, these teams have a combined one win amongst them. Concordia won their game against Southside, and I believe the way it works is since they were not able to play Northside because of the fact that the Legends had so many players who were unavailable and had to cancel, I believe Concordia would get the win by forfeit. But if you look up their record, it's listed as 1-7. As for Northwestern, their record is listed at 0-8. And they're trying to bounce back from some fairly difficult seasons. The winner of this game, by the way, will move on to the second round next week and play the winner of Norwell versus Maconaquah. Those two teams are playing right about now. They'll start to kick off here in just a matter of moments, I would imagine, just as we will. Concordia is coached by first-year head coach Mike Eschbach. The former Eastside head coach had multiple winning seasons, and the Cadets are also coming off back-to-back sectional titles. And they would love to add another sectional title to their resume, but they got to take care of Northwestern first. Northwestern is 0-8. They are coached by Rob Patchett. Rob Patchett has a good deal of experience. He had some winning seasons at Indianapolis Arlington from 2004 to 2010. But Northwestern is 0-8. It is Patchett's first season at Northwestern, so he's looking to turn things around and get this program going in the right direction, as is head coach Mike Eschbach. It was only 5 years ago that Concordia won a state title. So it looks like Concordia is going to get the ball on the opening kickoff. This game against Northwestern. We are underway. It's a kick angled toward the sideline, and it's going to go out of bounds. That's going to give Concordia the ball at the 35-yard line. Excellent field position to start things out. Well, Eli Maddox has been the starting quarterback for much of the season. Was one game where he was not able to play. I believe that was earlier in the season when he was not available to play, and Robert Johnson took some snaps at quarterback in his place. Dontrell Johnson has been the starting running back for most of the season, and that will hold up. There's Maddox at quarterback, number 2, and Johnson right behind him at running back, number 22. They mark the ball at the 36-yard line. You normally mark it at the 35 on a kickoff out of bounds. But here we go. First play from scrimmage coming up here at new and improved Zollner Stadium. That's his second year of field turf use. Here's a little flea flicker right off the bat. They get Maddox rolling outside the pocket, and it's caught. Pulling one out of the bag. That's Landon Kaczynski who makes the catch. And Concordia gets a big play off the flea flicker right away. Well, this is worth another look. We'll give it to you here on our Traction AP replay. The pressure came, and Maddox got out of the pocket and still was able to find Kaczynski for the big play. And they're lining up at the first down marker. The 27-yard line is where they are right now. Hand off to Johnson, trying to pick his way forward. He'll be held to a short gain on that play. The tackle is made there by number 54, Zebediah Williams. Zebediah Williams, a senior offensive and defensive lineman. This is technically senior night for Concordia, recognizing the seniors here in this first round of sectionals. A little fake toss. Maddox in trouble, able to get out of it for the moment. Now he'll take off, and he slides down a little baseball slide for about 2, maybe 3 yards. Maddox does play baseball here at Concordia. In fact, I believe he was once coached by one of our very own announcers, Ryan Dellinger. This will be 3rd and 5 for Concordia after the short gain by Maddox. It's more like 3rd and 6 as they mark the ball at the 23-yard line. That'd be a 2-yard gain. They'll empty the backfield here on 3rd down. 4-down lineman for Northwestern. Maddox, the quick hitter to the sideline. That's caught by Johnson, and he gets the yardage needed for the first down. Robert Johnson, who had missed a little bit of time at wide receiver, That wasn't too recently, but it was about midway through the season. But he is back and healthy and able to get the first down there. As Concordia already was actually on the cusp of the red zone. Now they're officially in the red zone as we approach the 10-minute mark here in the first quarter. A little toss to Johnson. He'll try the left side. Has the angle. He's in. Touchdown. Dontrell Johnson finds pay dirt, and Concordia is first on the scoreboard. A big play off the flea flicker, a third down conversion on the pass from Maddox to Johnson. And then Dontrell Johnson runs it in for the touchdown. It was Robert Johnson who had the third down conversion. This is Sam Bruno on for the PAT. I announced this during senior night. This is his first year of football here at Concordia, and his extra point is good. 7-0, the early lead for Concordia, and we will be right back after this 30-second break here on SummitCitySports.com.
Has always been here, and they're getting better. I'm watching, Summit City Sports, man, they're doing an awesome job. And, that's a plug. Them dudes are doing an outstanding job. And I'm able to be in Nashville and watch games on YouTube that they're broadcasting, and I'm seeing the talent. And it is just truly outstanding. And, you guys have seen the talent that's in the NFL now from Fort Wayne, Indiana, the talent that's coming up now, and the talent that, is just here, man. It's really –
7-0 Concordia on top of Northwestern, and a drive that took all of 2 minutes and 4 seconds off the clock. Dontrell Johnson scoring the touchdown moments ago to make this 7-0 score possible. And, of course, Sam Bruno also made it possible by tacking on the extra point. Jansen Slate has gotten more snaps at quarterback, and we may see either him or Cameron Davis at QB. That's a little pooch kick to the sideline. Did that stay in play? I think it did, and it looked like Concordia got it. There on the recovery is Tim Okeowo. Okeowo hopping on the onside kick, and Concordia with back-to-back possessions, so we may have to wait to find out the starting quarterback for Northwestern because the Concordia offense is going right back out there. After a drive that just took 2 minutes and 4 seconds off the clock. They'll line up Maddox in the shotgun, and he'll hand this one off to Johnson. A little shifty run, and Johnson bounces to the outside. First down and more. Look out. Gets inside the 20, and it's another red zone trip for the Cadets. Johnson, who averages 3.5 yards per carry on the season. Already he's got a touchdown, and as far as yardage goes, that last carry I think was his best of the day so far. And Concordia sets up inside the 20 at the 17-yard line. Second red zone trip of the day. They've had the ball twice so far. A little toss sweep here. I think that's Kaczynski, and it is. And Kaczynski has an alley. Kaczynski has a touchdown. Two possessions, 2 touchdowns. This one a little toss sweep to Landon Kaczynski. Comes from an athletic family. His dad was once the boys' freshman basketball coach here at Concordia. That's Eric Kaczynski. His sister Rhea played basketball for longtime head coach Dave Miller. And she also ran cross country and I believe ran track as Sam Bruno is out to attempt this PAT. And Bruno tacks it on. And we'll see if Landon Kaczynski takes the track when that season comes around, but that's not till the spring. We're still here in the fall, and Concordia has a 14-0 lead over Northwestern, and we're back after this break on SummitCitySports.com.
Has has always been here. And they're getting better. I'm watching, Summit City Sports, man, they're doing an awesome job. And, that's a plug. Them dudes are doing an outstanding job. And I'm able to be in Nashville and watch games on YouTube that they're broadcasting, and I'm seeing the talent. And it is just truly outstanding. And, you guys have seen the talent that's in the NFL now from Fort Wayne, Indiana, the talent that's coming up now, and the talent that, is just here, man. It's really
14-0 Concordia. Eli Maddox with the pass to Landon Kaczynski on a little toss sweep. And that was on a drive after Concordia recovered an onside kick, and they have jumped out to a 14-0 lead. This is a two-time defending sectional champion Concordia team. And right now they're trying to get through the first round. So far, so good. This one a little longer, but angled to the sideline, and it's picked up on the return. And out across the 25-yard line is where this drive will start. The return by number 27, that is Cole Cardwell. Cole Cardwell happens to be the leading rusher for this Northwestern team. Comes into this game with 816 yards total. Averages 4.8 per carry, over 100 per game. And that does look like Jansen Slade at quarterback for Northwestern. This drive starts from the 27. That's some early movement. Big offensive lineman Jacob Solomon was the first to move, and indeed that is Jansen Slate at quarterback. They'll mark it off 5 yards, make it 1st and 15. High snap, Slate corrals it, dumps it off in the flat, and that one is dropped by Ethan Haynes. He had Dontrell Johnson in hot pursuit, getting my sports mixed up. Dontrell Willis was a Major League Baseball pitcher, a World Series champion with the 2003 Florida Marlins, as they were called back then. Of course, they're now known as the Miami Marlins, and they didn't even have to move to get that name changed. But Dontrell Johnson was there, could have made the play, even had the ball been caught. High snap, Slate grabs it, hands it off, and straight up the middle goes Cole Cardwell. Looked like James Rusher was the one who made the tackle for Concordia. And they'll make it 3rd and 11. Slade operating from the gun. Takes the snap, looks to throw, got some pressure up the middle, pass is incomplete. Well beyond the range of the intended receiver, William Baxter. And Northwestern will have to punt it away. Concordia has started with back-to-back scoring drives. They're up 14-0 with 8:08 to go here in the first quarter. They get the punt away. It's a low liner, and I believe that's Tyler Moher back to return. And Schoenfeld was awful close to that ball, but did not touch it. And so it'll be good field position for Concordia. They're up 14-0, and we'll go ahead and show you their touchdowns. This was the first touchdown of the game. Dontrell Johnson taking it in a little toss sweep here, and has great blocking out front off that left side, and Johnson able to score the touchdown rather easily and make it 7-0 Concordia, and we'll show you the second touchdown probably after this next play, at least depending on what happens, as Maddox takes the snap in an empty backfield, gets pressure up the middle, and he will go down. Flag is down on the play as well. Sack is made by Sam Craig. And I think this is going to back up the Cadets. And it is on the Cadets. Move the ball all the way back to the 31-yard line. This will be 2nd down and 25. Empty backfield, another flag. They'll set up the screen here for Kaczynski. He gets a block. Kaczynski turns it upfield. He's got room to run. That's a 1st down and more. Kaczynski might be gone. A couple of men in pursuit. They won't catch him. It's a touchdown for the time being. There is a flag down on the play. We'll have to check that one out. And it looks like it might be coming back again. So the touchdown may be coming off the board. It would have been 3 possessions, 3 scoring drives for Concordia, but we'll have to wait and see if that's the case because this is coming back. Concordia is already walking back to the previous line of scrimmage, which was the 31. They call it illegal formation against the Cadets. So that's going to come off the board. Well, here we'll go ahead and show you the most recent touchdown. This one did count. This is a little toss sweep to Landon Kaczynski, the guy who almost had the touchdown on the play you just saw. And this one, he did have the touchdown. It goes as a receiving touchdown and a TD pass for Maddox. And a very good play call as Kaczynski finds Paydirt. Unfortunately, he would love to have had that last touchdown count when he found Paydirt just recently. Well, 7:34 to go. Concordia has the ball at their own 24. Maddox back to throw. Throws it out in the flat, and that's incomplete. He was looking for the tight end, James Rusher, but could not get it to him. Concordia started this drive at the 44-yard line in their own territory, I beg your pardon. But they've gone backwards since then due to penalties. This is 2nd down and 30. Maddox with pressure. He wants to set up the screen, and it's knocked away. That was a great play on the ball by Brendan Weaver. And that's going to make it 3rd and 30. This is NFL Blitz down in distance. NFL Blitz, by the way, was a video game in the 90s. It was on PlayStation. You could play it at your local arcade, or at least the local arcade that I often went to as a kid. Empty backfield. Here's Maddox. Going to set up the screen to Kaczynski again. And Kaczynski trying to get ahead of steam, but this time he's dragged down. That looked like Garrett Myers with the tackle. And it's going to be 4th down, so Concordia will have to punt for the first time in this game. That's their first 3 and out of the game. Their defense just forced a 3 and out. And they'll be asked to come out and try and get another stop here against Northwestern. And whistles blow before the ball is even kicked away by Moher. It's going to be a legal substitution against Northwestern. So that's going to make it better field position for Concordia, but still well short of the 1st down. This Northwestern team is from Kokomo, Indiana. It's not to be confused with Northwestern University up in Evanston, Illinois. That punt is going to take a Concordia bounce, go inside the 30-yard line and inside the 25, and then it'll roll dead at the 24. All things considered, a fairly good punt. It was short at first, but took a good bounce for Concordia. And they lead this one 14-0. Their offense was stopped moments ago for the first time in this game. We've got 6:13 left in the first quarter. We do expect to check on some of the scores going on around the Fort Wayne area. Those games include New Haven versus Huntington North, Leo versus East Noble, Marion versus Wayne, Southside versus Delta, and Prairie Heights versus Woodland. Slade has it tipped in the air, and that's picked off. Bubba Craig picks it off the carom. And once again, Concordia is going to start with great field position as Bubba Craig caught the tip right in his arms. Well, we'll get another look at this on our Traction AP replay. There's good pressure up the middle. Pass was knocked up in the air, and then Craig right there to pick it. And it was Chance Harris who knocked it up in the air. And meanwhile, we get a quick screen here to Jace Parnan picking his way down the sideline. He gets to the 9, and there's a flag down. That may be a first down, would be a first down if it stands. It's going to be a legal formation on the Cadets, and that's not the first time they've been called for that in this game. Penalties greatly hurt their drive the last time they had the ball. That drive started at their own 44-yard line. This drive starting at their own 21 by the looks of things. But they're backed up now to the 26. Couple of Cadets go in motion. I believe that's Johnson and Kaczynski. Here's the toss to Dontrell Johnson. He turns it upfield. Johnson's still on his feet, and he's going to get the first down, I think. I think that's where his forward progress was stopped. It's going to depend on the spot. They have not marked it as a first down yet, and it looks like they're not going to. It's going to be second down, 2nd and 1. Snap to Maddox. He'll hand it off to Johnson. Johnson will try the middle of the field. He gets the first down and takes it inside the 10. So this drive starts with a penalty, but this time Concordia is able to bounce back from it. We're coming up on 5 minutes to go here in this first quarter. Concordia has had the ball now 4 times. This is their 4th possession of the game. They've scored twice. And here's Maddox looking to throw. Floats it to the end zone. Touchdown! Flag down on the play. It's Robert Johnson who catches the pass. And we will check on the penalty. And it looks like this one's coming back. It's going to be offensive pass interference against Johnson. So that touchdown will not count. Well, that's the second drive in as many drives when Concordia has had a touchdown taken off the board due to penalty. Now the difference between that drive and this drive is they were able to move the chains this time around. That and Concordia started with better field position, although they did have good field position last time they had the ball. That's Jace Parnan who goes in motion. Maddox will roll to the left. It's a block from his running back Johnson and fits it into a tight window to James Rusher. And Rusher's down to the 7-yard line. Now that was a 1st and goal from way back at the 24-yard line. But Rusher moves it all the way back to, looked like the 7. They may mark it at the 8. It's going to be second and goal after that completion. Johnson lines up next to Maddox. Maddox rolls out, has a man out in the flat. Now he's going to take off and run with it, trying to get to the end zone. He's going to be close. He's in. Touchdown. Eli Maddox scores it on the ground. And Concordia takes a 20-0 lead. The extra point is pending. And here is Bruno on to kick the extra point with 4:04 to go here in this first quarter. And the kick is good.
The kicker made the kick.
21-0 in favor of Concordia. And we do have an update from one of our other games. Wayne right now has a 7-0 lead against Marion. That is at Wayne High School right here in Fort Wayne, Indiana. It's the only update we have so far. We will get you more updates as we receive them, but right now Concordia up 21-0. As Eli Maddox takes it in on the 7-yard touchdown run. Well, it looked fairly cloudy when this game was a couple hours away from start time. Right now it's hard to see the clouds because the sky's gotten dark. We are at that dusk hour as there's a little squib kick. And a return out to the 40-yard line. And I mentioned that because 2 weeks ago when Concordia took on Carroll, we had a weather delay that lasted about an hour and a half, 2 hours, thereabout. It was Miles Leap on the return there for Northwestern, by the way. Concordia ended up losing that game to Carroll. The Chargers, they're a tough ask for just about anybody to beat. They have been a force to be reckoned with really ever since Doug Dinan took over the program after serving as Snyder's offensive coordinator. Snyder, that's still one of the top programs in the city of Fort Wayne and surrounding areas. They've got the week off this week. They'll take on Northrop next week as I think we got a timeout called by Northwestern, and we do. Well, while they take a timeout, we will go ahead and show you this touchdown from Eli Maddox. It looked for a moment like he had a receiver open, but even though he was not able to get it to him, he takes it himself and gets the touchdown on the ground. He had to fight his way into the end zone. And Maddox makes it 21-0 in Concordia's favor. That touchdown was set up by the play that we will go ahead and show you right now. Chance Harris knocks it down, and then Bubba Craig is Johnny on the spot for that interception. And Concordia had it in prime position, despite a couple of penalties that pushed them backwards. This time Concordia was not only able to move the chains, they also were able to find the end zone. Slate hands this one off. And that's Cole Cardwell taking the handoff. He gets about 4 on the carry. I believe that's the most yards from scrimmage so far. In fact, Northwestern has had 2 positive plays in this game. They both went for 4 yards. This is a 2nd down and 6. Straight up the middle, Cardwell goes down behind the line. I think that was Craig, who may have been the first to knock him down, and then got a little help from Schoenefeld. Or, in fact, it might have even been Schoenefeld who got there first. It's going to be 3rd and 6, rather, for the Tigers. By the way, that Wayne game against Marion was at the end of the first quarter when we last got word. High snap, and it's Slate who keeps it, trying to get what he can, and he's close to the first down. He might have it, maybe not. The official is standing a half yard short of the line to gain, and it looks like they're going to mark it almost a full yard short. Northwestern needs to reach the 50-yard line to move the chains, and they are going to go for it here on 4th and 1. Play clock is at 18. Slate getting the call from the sideline. Might be trying to draw the Cadets off sides here. Play clock's down to 5. Instead, they do take the snap, and surging ahead was Caldwell, and he didn't get there. That's a turnover on downs forced by the Cadets. And that's back-to-back turnovers forced by Concordia's defense. The first on an interception, the second on a turnover on downs. Well, the rule is low man wins, and we'll get you a look at this replay brought to you by Traction Athletic Performance. Might have been Harris who got the tackle. But either way, Concordia is ready to go from the 49-yard line. Maddox rolls to the left, throws it downfield. And it is bobbled and then caught. Robert Johnson hauls it in inbounds. And it's 1st and goal for Concordia. Meanwhile, we have another update. New Haven leads 14-7 over Huntington North. Prairie Heights leads Woodland 20-0 at the end of the first, and now Wayne has added to their lead. They're up 13-0, and Concordia, meanwhile, is looking to add to their lead. As they've got a 1st and goal, it looks like the 6-yard line. Little toss sweep to Jace Parning, gets a couple of blocks, and here comes a flag. I thought I saw one come in early. There definitely was one later on. It's going to be holding on Concordia. Well, Concordia has won back-to-back sectional championships. When they get to the postseason, the thorn in their side has been Bishop Chatard, a Catholic school down in Indianapolis, and they are a football powerhouse. They fake the toss sweep, and it's a little draw play to Dontrell Johnson. He changes direction, still on his feet. Johnson inside the 5. So that gets back the yardage lost off the penalty and then some. And that's going to be a timeout taken by Northwestern. They've got one left in the first half, and while they take a timeout, we'll show you this last play. This was a heck of a catch by Robert Johnson as Eli Maddox shows off the arm strength, and Johnson may have bobbled it a little bit, but he's able to make the catch straddling the sideline. Again, some of the scores going on. New Haven leads at Huntington North 14-7 over there. That's a team that got off to a fairly slow start, but then came up with a pretty good win against Columbia City. Concordia has not won since week 1, but they're already up 21-0 and looking for more in the first quarter. we had the update, 13-0 Wayne over Marion. Woodland trailing Prairie Heights 20-0. Wayne's head coach Sherwood Haydock not too long ago was the head coach at Woodland. Had a very successful run there. Also had a successful run coaching in the city of Fort Wayne when he coached at Harding. Won a state championship in his time there. This is Johnson getting the handoff, surging to the goal line. Looks to be in. He is. Touchdown. $27-0. The Cadets are pouring it on. The officials are discussing here. Do we have a flag? This is coming back. Illegal formation against Concordia. So that touchdown's coming off the board. It would have been Dontrell Johnson's second touchdown of the game. Instead, it comes off the board. He's done most of his work outside the tackles. That would have been a touchdown running in between the tackles. It'll be second and goal, or rather first and goal. I beg your pardon, it is second and goal from the 8. Maddox rolls to the right, floats it to the end zone, touchdown! Jace Parnan with the grab. 27-0 Concordia. And I do not see a flag this time. This one's going to count. That'll go as Maddox's second touchdown pass of the game. The first one of the normal overhand variety. Through a toss sweep to Landon Kaczynski earlier in the game. As Sam Bruno comes out to kick the PAT. High snap. Concordia's going to fake it. That's Carter Ripke running for his life, and he's not going to get there. That snap went high, and Ripke had to reach up for it. And Concordia will have a 27-0 lead with 1:17 to go. We'll be back in just a matter of moments here on SummitCitySports.com.
This has always been here, and they're getting better. I'm watching, Summit City Sports, man, they're doing an awesome job. And, that's a plug. Them dudes are doing an outstanding job. And I'm able to be in Nashville and watch games on YouTube that they're broadcasting, and I'm seeing the talent. And it is just truly outstanding. And, you guys have seen the talent that's in the NFL now from Fort Wayne, Indiana, the talent that's coming up now, and the talent that, is just here, man. It's really...
27-0 Concordia. Eli Maddox has 2 touchdown passes in this game. His most recent was just moments ago to Jace Parnan. And the reason it's 27, not 28, is the snap on the extra point went high. And that's an onside kick by Bruno. It's not going to go 10 yards, though. It was touched by Parnan as the ball was headed backwards. Concordia is going to get penalized for that, but Parnan touched it because the ball was headed backwards. And he was able to prevent Northwestern from picking it up and taking the ball the other way. This is going to be good field position for the Tigers. We'll take a look at this last touchdown on the Traction AP replay. Maddox wasted no time at all finding Parnan in the back quarter. Nice touch on the throw by Maddox as well to get it to him. Jace's older brother, Jaden Parnan, was a multi-sport athlete here at Concordia. Played football, basketball, and baseball. I believe Jace plays all those sports as well. 1:17 to go here in the first quarter. It's Northwestern ball at the Concordia 44-yard line. Make that the 46-yard line. And now they're waiting to set the chains. And it looks like they're about to get them set. Concordia out to a huge 27-0 lead against Northwestern. Handoff to Cardwell, and he takes it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, make it 2nd down and 10. Slate fakes the handoff, gets some pressure, throws it out in the flat, and it's incomplete right over the head of Ethan Haynes. Haynes was open. That was good pressure, though, by Concordia. And they forced the incompletion, make it 3rd and 10, 35 seconds on the clock. And depending on what happens on this play, this may be the final play of the first quarter. It has been a Concordia-dominated first quarter. Snap to Slate. Gets some pressure again, rolls to his right. Tripped up, stays on his feet, and zings it to the sidelines, but it's incomplete. Carter Ripke was covering on the play. It was intended for Connor Austin, and it's 4th and 10. And, you know, with Northwestern down 27-0 and in plus territory, would not be surprised if they went for it here. Now it looks like they're bringing out the punt team. I think that's Landon Kaczynski, who's back to return for Concordia. There's only 28 seconds on the clock. They get the punt away. It's a short one. And that's going to be downed at the 21-yard line. Down by number 33, Braden Hirschberger. The Cats will start this drive from their own 21-yard line. Just 20 seconds to go here in the first quarter. And they have poured it on to Northwestern, 27-0 in favor of Concordia. Dontrell Johnson has a rushing touchdown. Eli Maddox has thrown for 2 touchdowns and rushed for 1. There's a couple of cadets go in motion here on 1st and 10. Start out on the ground here with Johnson. Takes it to the left side, and Johnson dives down to about the 25-yard line. Johnson has had most of his success running outside the tackles today, and I think that's going to be the final play of the first quarter. Goes as a 5-yard gain, so another quality gain for Dontrell Johnson, and the first quarter has come to an end. Concordia is up 28-0 over Northwestern. 27-0 over Northwestern, I beg your pardon. And we will be back for the start of the second quarter in just a moment here on SummitCitySports.com.
There are tons of benefits to using compression therapy, but my favorite are speeding up muscle recovery, reducing swelling and inflammation, and improving my athletic performance.
Your kids grow up quick, and there's a lot to teach them. Some lessons they won't pick up in school. Some they'll learn the hard way. But when it's time to give them the keys to their finances, we'll be there to help with their first checking account and the tools they need to make sense of their money. And even though they're off on their own, you'll be able to check in to see how they're doing. Raising your children is important, and teaching them about money is a big deal. So ProFed makes it easy. Federally insured by the NCUA, Equal Housing.
27-0 Concordia on top of Northwestern as we begin the second quarter. Concordia has had the ball 6 times. This is their 6th possession. They've scored 4 times. Eli Maddox has 2 touchdown passes. He's rushed for a touchdown as well. Dontrell Johnson also has a rushing touchdown, and Maddox will fake the handoff here on first down. He's looking downfield, directing traffic, throws on the run, and that one is incomplete. He's looking for Jace Parnan on the play, and there is a flag down. Looked like the referee was signaling holding, and he does call holding against Concordia. That's going to move it back. That's going to make it second down and looks like 20 yards. Make it 21 yards. Maddox operates from the shotgun. He motions Johnson out of the backfield. And Maddox will look to throw here. Floats it to the sideline. Robert Johnson is there. Takes some contact, gets away from the tackle. Johnson still on his feet, and he's out across the 40. That's plenty for the first down. Robert Johnson keeps on going, even after the contact. I believe that's Johnson's second catch of the game so far. He also caught a deep pass, or perhaps his third catch of the game. Yeah, third catch of the game. He had a little juggling catch along the sideline earlier this evening. Winner of this game moves on to play either Norwell or Maconaquah in the second round of the Class 3A championship. Class 3A tournament, that is. Here's the handoff to Dontrell Johnson, picking his way through traffic, and he's able to get positive yardage out of that. Looks like he got 4 on the play. Johnson's been at his best when he's run outside the tackles. That time ran between the tackles and got a solid gain out of it, 4 yards. Concordia scored 27 points in the first quarter alone. Trying to win for the first time since their opening day win against Southside. Johnson bottled up, but still able to get positive yardage. He gets to the 49. That's a 3-yard gain, and third down coming up. And that allows some more time to tick off the clock. You're not always worried about ticking time off the clock in the second quarter, but with the big lead that Concordia has, I don't think they mind it. But right now, they're worried about converting on this third down. Got an update south to side, trailing Delta 14-0. As Maddox rolls, throws on the run. That's caught. Appears to be enough for the first down. That's Robert Johnson. And it is indeed a first down. He got it by a yard. Made the catch across the sticks. And didn't even have to retreat. Didn't even try to retreat. Drive that started at the 21-yard line now has Concordia on the move with a first down. They converted on a second and long earlier on this drive, and just moments ago got the third down conversion. They set up the screen to the far side. That's Landon. Check that. It's Johnson. Nice move by Johnson. He's got the first down. And by the way, New Haven and Huntington North are now tied at 14 apiece. We're getting you all these playoff updates here on SummitCitySports.com. And we might have a penalty here. Looks like they're moving the ball back. Well, that has been the one thing that has hurt Concordia in this game is penalties. They've done a lot of things right. But the penalties have not been one of them. So that's going to make it first down and 18. It's no longer a first down conversion for Johnson, although he did have the conversion on third down. Penalty, by the way, was a legal block in the back. As Maddox looks to throw, goes across the middle, and that is dropped. Jace Parnan looked like he had it, but could not hold on. And who knows how much yardage he would have gained after the catch had it been a catch. But this is 2nd down and 17. Empty backfield for Maddox. Gets some pressure. Now heaves it downfield looking for Kaczynski, and it's knocked away. Amarion Conyers was the one who knocked it away. Kaczynski looked like he had everybody beat, but Conyers able to knock it away. And this is going to be 3rd down and 18. Only drive where Concordia was not able to score. They were faced with a 3rd down and I believe 30. Don't have to go quite that far this time, but they still got to go a long ways. Play clock is down to 6. Maddox gets it off. He'll throw the screen to the far side. That's Parnan down the sideline. Can he get there? He did! At the 35-yard line, Jace Parnan moves the chains on 3rd and 18. A simple screen play, and Concordia gets a 1st down out of it. As we give you a look at our Traction AP replay, Parnan didn't have a whole lot of room to work with, only got 1 block, but that 1 block was just enough, as Parnan was able to take it all the way for the 1st down. Get all 18 yards and then some. First and 10 from the 34-yard line. Here's a snap to Maddox. He rolls to the right. Looks to throw on the run, and that's almost intercepted. It should have been intercepted. Was right in the hands of Braden Hirschberger. But instead it falls incomplete, and Concordia will keep the possession. Snap to Maddox. He'll fake the handoff. Goes right down the seam, and that's caught. That's Parnan. Parnan spins his way inside the 20, and he's got a 1st down, and Concordia is in the red zone. Well, Jace Parnan had the big 3rd down conversion on 3rd and 18 moments ago. This wasn't 3rd down, but he's able to get Concordia inside the red zone. As we've got less than 8 minutes to go here in quarter number 2. Up the middle goes Johnson, and he's cut down from underneath. That tackle made by Sam Craig. It's going to go as no gain on the play. 2nd down and long. 2nd down and 10 coming up for Concordia. Maddox gets some pressure, floats it to the end zone, incomplete. He had the one-on-one matchup, but it's incomplete, intended for Robert Johnson. We'll bring up 3rd and 10 for the Cadets. Well, Concordia converted on a 3rd and 18 earlier this drive. What do they have here on 3rd and 10? Here's the snap to Maddox. He throws to the sideline, and that's incomplete. There were 2 Cadets in the area. Rusher and Johnson were in the area of that throw, and, well, now I think Concordia may be about to bring out the field goal unit. And, yep, looks like they are. Mike Eschbach sends them out. As the Cadets will try to add to their lead. Prairie Heights now leads Woodland 26-0, by the way. Running back Cam Hall just got this update. He's got 4 touchdowns. Well, here Eli Maddox has 2 touchdown passes and a rushing touchdown. And here's Sam Bruno on for a 35-yard field goal. No good. Concordia looking to add to their lead, and they come up short. So Northwestern will take over, down 27-0 when we return.
There are tons of benefits to using compression therapy, but my favorite are speeding up muscle recovery, reducing swelling and inflammation, and improving my athletic.
27-0, Concordia leading Northwestern with 6:42 to go in the second quarter, and just like that, Concordia takes a timeout. That's their first of the half. We'll take one with them here on SummitCitySports.com.
Has always been here, and they're getting better. I'm watching, Summit City Sports, man, they're doing an awesome job. And, that's a plug. Them dudes are doing an outstanding job. And I'm able to be in Nashville and watch games on YouTube that they're broadcasting, and I'm seeing the talent. And it is just truly outstanding. And, you guys have seen the talent that's in the NFL now from Fort Wayne, Indiana, the talent that's coming up now, and the talent that, is just here, man. It's really –
Well, Concordia is up 27-0 over Northwestern. They did have the missed field goal the last time they had the football. But other than that, they've scored on 4 out of 6 possessions. Eli Maddox has 2 touchdown passes. He's rushed for a touchdown. Dontrell Johnson has also rushed for a touchdown. And the Concordia defense has forced 2 turnovers, a turnover on downs and an interception by Bubba Craig. And Northwestern starts this drive from their own 20-yard line. Jackson Slate takes the snap. He'll hand that one off the right side. That's Cardwell. Check that. It's number 22, Sam Craig. And meanwhile, Delta now leads Southside 21-0. It's an update from one of our many postseason games here on SummitCitySports.com. We expect to have more of those for you next week. Jansen Slate takes the handoff here. Straight up the middle goes Cardwell, and he gets 6. I think that's his best run of the day. Northwestern has not yet picked up a first down. They're out to the 26-yard line. I think that's Northwestern's best play from scrimmage all day. New Haven and Huntington North are now at halftime. That game remains tied at 14. That was the score when we last got the update. Blake Baker is over there, helping out on the broadcast for that one. Here's Cardwell with the carry up the middle. He's close to the first down, and I mean really close. That linesman is standing just inches away from the first down marker, but it is going to be short. It was close, but not close enough, and now Northwestern is going to try and get their first down of the game. Cardwell gets the call, surges ahead, and looks like he's got it. Just across the 30-yard line, and that was the line to gain. And that is Northwestern's first down of this game. $27-0 in Concordia's favor. Northwestern has 1 timeout remaining here in the first half. As Jansen Slate takes the snap, floats it to the sideline, and it is knocked away, incomplete. A great play on the ball by Carter Ripke. It was a great play on the ball, and though I'm sure he's glad to have prevented the catch, he probably would have loved to have had the interception. But he'll take the breakup. 4:25 left to go here in the second quarter. We'll have a host of Indiana Tech athletics coming up this weekend. In fact, I think we've got Indiana Tech hockey going on tonight. Pressure comes, and that's going to be a sack. Larry Schoenefeld. First sack of the day for Concordia. Their defense has played lights out. Only one first down allowed in this game, and now head coach Mike Eschbach is going to use a timeout. That's only his second timeout used this game. Now Concordia has one left with 4:11 on the clock. And they've got plenty of time to get down the field and add to their lead either with a field goal or a touchdown. We will go ahead and show you this last play on the replay brought to you by Traction Athletic Performance. Larry Schoenefeld unblocked. Nobody was able to make contact with him, and he gets to the quarterback with no trouble at all. And Concordia takes a 27-0 lead, still has a 27-0 lead, and they force Northwestern into a third down and looks to be 18. Northwestern has just one first down converted so far in this game. That came on 4th and inches. They're 1 for 2 on 4th downs. High snap. Slate rolls to the right, gets it away, downfield, and it is incomplete. He was looking for Connor Austin. Amarion Conyers was also in the area. Couldn't tell who broke it up, but Concordia is going to get the ball back. This is 4th and 18. As Northwestern looks to punt it away with 4:05 on the clock in this second quarter. And I believe that's Kaczynski who's back to return the punt. Kaczynski has a touchdown catch already in this game. That punt is angled. And Kaczynski will let it bounce. And it rolls just a little bit forward to about the 45. Do have another update from our very own Tim Atkinson. Wayne leads 21-0 late in the second quarter. They're taking on Marion. Marion ousted Wayne 2 years ago in the first round. That was at Marion. I believe they're at Wayne tonight. With 3:55 to go here at Zollner Stadium, Concordia will take over, up 27-0, looking to add to their lead before halftime. Northwestern will get the ball first to start the second half. Here's a screen to Kaczynski. Kaczynski gets it across midfield. That's a 6-yard gain. Kaczynski had the touchdown catch off the toss sweep earlier this half. That was back in the first quarter. That made it 14-0 Cadets. Meanwhile, both Leo and East Noble are tied 14-all at halftime as Maddox steps into one. Now he's got room to run, and he gets the first down, and he'll slide at the 42-yard line. Wise decision by Maddox to slide and allow the clock to continue to run. Officials trying to get the chains reset, and that ball is snapped before the chains were set. The pass is caught, and that's James Rusher. Check that, it's Dontrell Johnson out of the backfield, and he gets 8 yards. But again, the chains were not even set when that play had been run. The short passes, short runs, Concordia is certainly content with those as the clock continues to move. Right now, they're most concerned about moving the football and perhaps adding this lead. Here's a throw out in the flat. That is caught by Parnan. He had a defender closing in quick. That was Conyers closing in, but Parnan able to hold on for the reception. And now Concordia's got the ball inside the 30, mark it at the 26. That Leo East Noble game is a matchup between, I believe, two of the top teams in the Northeast State Conference this year. Leo finished the regular season undefeated as Maddox looks to throw right down the seam, and that's intercepted. On the interception is number 44, Ethan Haynes. Looked like Maddox was trying to get it back, trying to throw it to James Rusher up the seam, and Haynes was right in the passing route and came up with a pick. $27-0 in favor of Concordia, but a big turnover. The first turnover of the day forced by this Northwestern defense. Concordia had forced two of them, a turnover on downs and an interception by Bubba Craig. And here's Slate to throw to the sideline. That's complete. Broken tackle and a good gain there on first down to William Baxter. And he may have enough for the first down, and he does. That's the second first down converted in this game by the Tigers. As the Tigers look to put a little drive together to close out the first half, they've been shut out so far, only 2 first downs. But is that turnover going to give them a boost? And remember, the Tigers get the ball back to start the second half. They do still have a timeout in their back pockets. That's a lateral. It's complete. Cole Cardwell makes the catch on the backwards pass and gets the first down. Back-to-back first downs by the Tigers, and look out, all of a sudden they look like they've got a drive going. They really haven't had this Concordia defense on their heels at any point until now. Slate floats it, and that's almost picked.
Pass was intended for number 7, Amarion Conyers, nearly intercepted by cadets number 4.
That was Landon Kaczynski who almost got the pick. Kaczynski has a touchdown earlier in this game. Also caught a flea flicker earlier in the game as well. It's been a scoreless second quarter after Concordia erupted to a 27-0 lead in the first. It's a high snap. That might be a lateral. The ball's on the ground. Is that thing live? No, it's not. He's looking for Cardwell. Tyler Moher was in the area, but the officials blew it dead. It's an incomplete pass. 3rd down and 10 coming up. And Concordia gets the ball. That is, if they can make a stop here. Northwestern gets the ball to start the second half. But if Concordia does get a stop here, they'll have a chance to get the ball back and go into halftime with a 27-0 lead. Here's the handoff to Cardwell. Cardwell with a head of steam, and he's going to get the first down. But Northwestern looking to get some points on the board before halftime and end this shutout. We are inside the final minute of play here in the first half. I think that was Cardwell's best run of the day so far. He'll get the call again, picks his way off the right side, breaks a tackle, surges ahead, going to be close to another first down. There is a flag down, though. Penalties have not really plagued Northwestern all that much. In fact, I think if this should be on them, it would be their first. It's been Concordia who's had the penalty problem. It might be against the Cadets. They don't seem to be moving the football. Right now, I think they're figuring out where the ball should be spotted. Apparently, it was a face mask against Concordia. And it is against Concordia. Well, that is a huge penalty. Concordia has done a lot of things right today, but the one thing they haven't done right is commit penalties. 40 seconds left here in the second quarter as Northwestern looks to make this a 27-7 game before halftime. High snap. Slate comes up with it. He's going to throw to the sideline. Has a man there. Touchdown. Conyers makes the catch. Amarion Conyers. And the Tigers are on the board. And what a huge score before halftime. Again, Northwestern will get the ball to start the second half. And they've made it a 3-score ball game. They're going to go for 2 here. Throw toward the goal line, tipped up in the air, and that falls incomplete.
Two-point conversion is no good. That's 27, Tigers 6.
And it remains 27-6 in favor of Concordia as Northwestern gets on the board for the first time in this game. .35 seconds left to go, and again, Northwestern gets the ball to start the second half. Concordia does still have a timeout. So it'll be interesting to see if they have Maddox take a knee to get this game to halftime at the end of this kickoff, or if they try to get into field goal range. Sam Bruno has attempted 1 field goal today so far. That was no good. And it looks to me as though, oh no, Concordia does have 11 men on the field. They've got no one back deep, expecting perhaps an onside kick. It's not an onside kick. It is a short one. That's Robert Johnson on the return. And he gets it out to the 30-yard line. He's able to protect the football. And we've got 28 seconds to go here in the first half. And again, it's a question of will Eli Maddox come out and take a knee, or will he try to engineer a scoring drive before the end of the half? And it looks like he is going to run a play. He's not just going to take a knee, I don't think. Nope, he does. That was Maddox under center. Northwestern does have a timeout, but they're not going to call one here. They're not going to allow Concordia to add to their lead. Concordia takes a knee, and we go to halftime with the Cadets up 27-6. Cadets scored 27 points in the first quarter. Northwestern scored the only 6 points of the second quarter. And up until that last drive of the second quarter, Northwestern had not even picked up a first down. Well, they'd picked up 1 first down, but that was it, just 1 in the whole game. I believe they picked up 4 first downs in that entire final drive of the half. But it's Concordia who leads it 27-6. Northwestern will get the ball to start the second half. And you are watching high school football here on SummitCitySports.com.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260s dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our camera. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
I like to stay active. I try to come in here at least 3 times a week and just get my 1-hour workout in. Since September, I think I've put on 22 pounds of muscle. I think my vertical has gone up plus 5 inches. I've gotten a lot faster since then too. I can hit the ball further. In football, I can push people around more. It's basketball easier too. Just being stronger just makes everything easier.
Brandon started with gym rats basketball training. After one of the sessions, he came up to me and he wanted to know if he could do more. So Brandon started the EDGE program in November, in addition to the club training he was doing, because it offers personalized programming for his athletic goals. PSN Performance uses a long-term athletic development pyramid. At such a young age, it's really good for Brandon to set the foundation of athletic development. Since he is in season all year round, he has to be ready for all the physical demands. So he does a lot more strength training, just because in basketball he sprints and cuts a lot. In baseball he's doing a lot of sprinting. In football he does a lot of sprinting and jumping. So preparing him to withstand the physical demands of those games, he does a lot more strength training.
I like all the lower body stuff the best. I do goblet squats, split squats, back squat, front squat, a lot of those. Tyler knows what's best for me. He always points me in the right direction. He just pushes me to go harder every day.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcasts. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
I just want to be the best in basketball. So I want to be the greatest of all time to play women's basketball. So I just know there's people out there working just as much as me. So I just want to keep working hard and keep that intensity going. And so one day I can pursue my dreams of being in the WNBA and playing overseas. So I just want bigger things to come in my life.
I remember when I started in March, she could do 0 pull-ups. She did have a great 25-inch vertical when she first started. She only weighed 150 pounds. One of our main mottos is do the simple things exceedingly well, and that's where we started. So we started the foundation, building her base, and now we've got to basically the peak of our pyramid of things that we can do with her. So we didn't skip any levels. We did all the basics, and she got really, really good at them, and that's what's led her to become as great as she is at basketball and performance.
I've watched her grow, the confidence-wise, the strength-wise, the jumping ability, her footwork. It's really amazing to kind of watch for a girl her size, being 6'3", 6'4", to move like she can move and do the thing and be as agile as she is, along with the strength.
Here at Always 100, we have different things that we provide each week with our elite training, working on things that can help them get a scholarship in the future if they don't have one right now. Watching skill development, helping kids get better, understanding what it takes to get to the next level. Catching and shooting, working on ball handling. In the last 5 years, we had over 200 kids just able to play basketball at some places from the NAIA, Division III, Division II, or Division I level. I choose to do whole body cryotherapy after practices, games, and training. It reduces inflammation in my muscles and allows me to move more agile throughout my profession.
I became a believer in iCryo after my severe injury in college at Notre Dame, tore my ACL, and I was looking for ways to recover, ways to get back on the field. So I'm thankful for iCryo.
Your kids grow up quick, and there's a lot to teach them. Some lessons they won't pick up in school. Some they'll learn the hard way. But when it's time to give them the keys to their finances, we'll be there to help. With their first checking account and the tools they need to make sense of their money. And even though they're off on their own, you'll be able to check in to see how they're doing. Raising your children is important, and teaching them about money is a big deal. So ProFed makes it easy. Federally insured by the NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
27-6, Concordia leads Northwestern here at the break at Zollner Stadium. Concordia jumped out to the 27-0 lead in the first quarter. Had an onside kick that helped lead to that second touchdown. That was after Concordia started with the ball. They got the opening kickoff and then scored shortly after on that ensuing drive. And then they kicked the ball onside and recovered. And that drive culminated in an Eli Maddox touchdown pass to Landon Kaczynski. It was on a toss sweep. It was one of two touchdown passes that Maddox threw in the first half. But Northwestern was able to get on the board at the end of the first half, and they will get the ball to start the second half. So a chance for the Tigers to establish some momentum and make this a two-score game coming out of halftime. Concordia's defense will look to make some adjustments as we begin the second half. Now, before that final drive of the first half for Northwestern, the Tigers had only converted all of one first down, and that was on 4th and inches. By the way, we do have an update for you. Delta now leads Southside 21-12 at halftime. We last heard Wayne had a 21-0 lead over Marion. And East Noble and Leo were all tied at 14 all at the break, and New Haven and Huntington North were tied 14 all at the break. We got to halftime not too long ago. Well, while we have a chance, let's go ahead and get in a word from our sponsors that allow us to come out and do these games that we get to do here on SummitCitySports.com. Big Eyed Fish has been around the Northeast Indiana area for generations. Like their Facebook pages for updated promotions and enjoy the best fish in Fort Wayne in a family-friendly environment at Big Eyed Fish. Kelly Automotive Group is Indiana's #1 automotive group with over 1,000 new vehicles and 500 pre-owned vehicles to choose from. Please visit drivekelly.com. Simple, transparent, and reliable. Tom Steel Tire has been servicing the Fort Wayne area for over 40 years. They will help you find the perfect tire for your vehicle and other auto repair services like brakes, wheel alignments, engine diagnostics, and more. You're invited to join ProFed Credit Union, where we get to know you to better serve you. Sign up online in 5 minutes or stop by a branch. Join ProFed today and start owning your financial future at profedcu.org. At Ottenweller Contracting, we invest in our customers by providing peace of mind throughout the entire process from bid to build. Visit OttenwellerContracting.com to learn more. Summit Volleyball trains and builds the highest quality volleyball players in the area. From ages 5 to 18, our players are equipped with elite-level skills and a foundation of life skills. Jump on board. Together, we can reach the summit. Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning is dedicated to providing the best possible solution for your home or business. A system and solution that fits your unique needs. Visit AndersonCoolHeat.com. iCryo specializes in whole-body cryotherapy, body sculpting, cryofacials, infrared sauna, and compression therapy services. Check out Jalen Smith's signature location on Coliseum Boulevard by Blaze Pizza. Are you ready to do what it takes to put your past behind you, whether it's expunging your criminal record or helping to get your driver's license reinstated? Jolie Law Firm is your answer. Sioka Cleaning and Restoration provides top-notch commercial cleaning services, including janitorial, water damage, and state-of-the-art disinfecting services throughout Northeast Indiana. To contact them, you can call them at 260-483-2112 or visit them online at siokas.com. At Parkview Sports Medicine, it is game on. We serve every level of athlete with our integrated sports medicine team, including the region's only specialized athletic rehab facility. Learn more about our services by logging on to parkviewsportsmedicine.com. And we did just get another update. Wayne now leads at 21-7 at halftime over Marion. So the Giants were able to crack the scoreboard over there at Wayne High School, much like Northwestern was able to do at the end of this first half. Concordia, though, is on top, 27-6. We'll be back in a matter of moments here on SummitCitySports.com.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260s dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
I like to stay active. I try to come in here at least 3 times a week and just get my 1-hour workout in. Since September, I think I've put on 22 pounds of muscle. I think my vertical has gone up plus 5 inches. I've gotten a lot faster since then, too. I can hit the ball further. In football, I can push people around more. It's basketball easier, too. Just being stronger just makes everything easier.
Brandon started with Jim Rath's basketball training. After one of the sessions, he came up to me and he wanted to know if he could do more. So Brandon started the EDGE program in November, in addition to the club training he was doing, because it offers personalized programming for his athletic goals. PSN Performance uses a long-term athletic development pyramid. At such a young age, it's really good for Brandon to set the foundation of athletic development. Since he is in season all year round, he has to be ready for all the physical demands. So he does a lot more strength training, just because in basketball he sprints and cuts a lot. In baseball he's doing a lot of sprinting. In football he does a lot of sprinting and jumping. So preparing him to withstand the physical demands of those games, he does a lot more strength training.
I like all the lower body stuff the best. I do goblet squats, split squats, back squat, front squat, a lot of those. Tyler knows what's best for me. He always points me in the right direction. He just pushes me to go harder every day.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcast. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
I just want to be the best in basketball. So I want to be the greatest of all time to play women's basketball. So I just know there's people out there working just as much as me. So I just want to keep working hard and keep that intensity going. And so one day I can pursue my dreams of being in the WNBA and playing overseas. So I just want bigger things to come in my life.
I remember when I started in March, she could do 0 pull-ups. She did have a great 25-inch vertical when she first started. She only weighed 150 pounds. One of our main mottos is do the simple things exceedingly well, and that's where we started. So we started the foundation, building her base, and now we've got to basically the peak of our pyramid of things that we can do with her. So we didn't skip any levels. We did all the basics, and she got really, really good at them, and that's what's led her to become as great as she is at basketball and performance.
I've watched her grow, the confidence-wise, the strength-wise, the jumping ability, her footwork. It's really amazing to kind of watch for a girl her size, being 6'3", 6'4", to move like she can move and do the thing and be as agile as she is, along with the strength.
Here at Always 100, we have different things that we provide each week with our elite training, working on things that can help them get a scholarship in the future if they don't have one right now. Watching skill development, helping kids get better, understanding what it takes to get to the next level. Catching and shooting, working on ball handling. In the last 5 years, we had over 200 kids that's able to play basketball at some places from the NAIA, Division III, Division II, or Division I level.
I choose to do whole body cryotherapy after practices, games, and training. It reduces inflammation in my muscles and allows me to move more agile throughout my profession. I became a believer in iCryo after my severe injury in college at Notre Dame, tore my ACL, and I was looking for ways to recover, ways to get back on the field. So I'm thankful for iCryo.
Your kids grow up quick, and there's a lot to teach them. Some lessons they won't pick up in school. Some they'll learn the hard way. But when it's time to give them the keys to their finances, we'll be there to help with their first checking account and the tools they need to make sense of their money. And even though they're off on their own, you'll be able to check in to see how they're doing. Raising your children is important, and teaching them about money is a big deal. So ProFed makes it easy. Federally insured by the NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Just coming out of halftime here at Zollner Stadium, Concordia leads at 27-6. But Northwestern, after scoring to close out this first half, is going to get the ball to start the second half. Northwestern had only one first down before that drive that ended the half, and that's another onside kick, but it is right into the waiting arms of Kayvon Murray. By the way, we do have a update. Delta now leads 28-12 over Southside. I think that one is either going into halftime or just coming out of halftime. Tigers will operate out of the pistol. And here's the handoff to Cardwell, and he goes backwards, a loss of a couple. It's actually a loss of about 4. Second and 14. Slate with a pass, and it's picked off. Back down the sideline goes Landon Kaczynski, diving for the goal line, and he's going to be marked out of bounds back at the 3-yard line. First and goal. Two plays in to the second half. Landon Kaczynski gets the pick and almost makes it a pick six. Kaczynski had a touchdown catch earlier in this game. He also caught a pass on a flea flicker. I believe that was actually on the first play from scrimmage when he caught that flea flicker. And this time he almost scores going the other way. Hand off to Johnson, and Johnson's pushed back behind the line. He lost about 2 on the play. Second and goal after the negative play. Kaczynski and Rusher go in motion along with Parnan. Here's a little toss to Johnson. He'll try to work his way back up the middle, and he lunges in. Touchdown. Dontrell Johnson's got his second touchdown of the game. And after Northwestern got the ball to start the second half, Concordia scores on their first possession of the half after the interception. And they can make this a 28-point lead as Sam Bruno is on to attempt the PAT. A little bit of pressure, but his kick is good. And it's 33-6 in favor of Concordia. We are back right after this break here on SummitCitySports.com.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our camera.
33-6, Concordia with the lead. They cap off the interception from Landon Kaczynski, and it's Dontrell Johnson who cashes in for 6. And now the Tigers will get this one back. On the return is Conyers, reverses his field, and he will go down back at the 27-yard line. The tackle made by Xander Pratt. The Tigers will start from the 28-yard line. Now 27-6, Prairie Heights with the lead over Woodland. Here it's 33-6, Concordia with the lead. Beg your pardon, it's 34-6. The extra point was good, so it's a 28-point lead. They go for the jet sweep to Conyers. He's still on his feet until now. Kaczynski makes the tackle. Have a night, Landon. He had the interception moments ago. Caught a touchdown pass on a toss sweep. And also caught a flea flicker on the first play from scrimmage. And Kaczynski making a case that maybe he ought to be player of the game when this one's all said and done. He's definitely a candidate, I'll say that much. Handoff straight up the middle. That's Cardwell. And he may have gotten a couple of yards on that play. It's going to be third down. He actually got back to the original line of scrimmage. Make it third down and 10. Here's the snap to Slate, and he throws the screen, but it's high and incomplete off the hands of Amarion Conyers. And Northwestern will, in all likelihood, be forced to punt. Clock stops at 9:02 to go in the third quarter. Landon Kaczynski back to return the punt. We've seen him on offense. We've seen him on defense. One thing we haven't seen much of yet is the special teams game. We'll get to see him on special teams. He'll return this one and get positive yardage off the return, and then he gets bumped out of bounds across the 45. So Landon Kaczynski has done it all, although that return went for, I believe, just 6 yards. 8:52 left to go here in the third quarter as Concordia looks to add to what is a 28-point lead. And again, the winner of this game moves on to play either Norwell or Mahoney. Concordia defeated Norwell last year in the sectional championship game. They won their second straight sectional championship with the victory, as Johnson had trouble with the handoff at first, and he's going to go down for a gain of just a yard. Tackle made by Ethan Haynes. The good thing that does for Concordia is it allows a little bit more time to tick off this clock. Allows them to continue to control the possession. And with the 34-6 lead, they don't mind some time ticking off the clock. They don't mind getting to the fourth quarter sooner than later. Here's Maddox to throw, dumps it off out of the flat. That's James Rusher. Rusher stays in bounds, gets a first down. He didn't have a lot of room to work with, and he made something out of the little room that he had to get across the 30. James Rusher, a linebacker and a tight end, has been frequently used in this Concordia offense, as well as being one of the captains on the defensive side. They've got the ball at the Northwestern 29-yard line, Concordia does. That's Dontrell Johnson who motions out of the backfield. Maddox fakes. Going to throw to Johnson out of the backfield. He gets the first down and more. Johnson still going. Inside the 5. He's in. Touchdown. Dontrell Johnson. He's rushed for 2 touchdowns and now caught one out of the backfield. And for Maddox, that'll go as his 3rd touchdown pass of the game. And it's 40-6, and now the extra point, which will tell you the value of this extra point after it is attempted. They get the snap down, the kick on the way from Bruno. He's got it. And that makes it a 35-point lead in Concordia's favor. So now after this kickoff, it will be a running clock situation with Concordia up by 35 points in the second half. Eli Maddox with 3 touchdown passes and a rushing touchdown. Dontrell Johnson, who caught that last touchdown pass, has 2 rushing touchdowns, and now he adds a receiving touchdown to his resume for the night. Johnson came into this game averaging 3.5 yards per carry, and today he has been in his most successful run running outside the tackles. Now, he's had some solid runs in between the tackles, including a 3rd down conversion. I believe his first touchdown also came between the tackles. Now check that. His first touchdown was outside the tackles. But Johnson putting on a good performance here tonight as Sam Bruno looks to kick this one away. And that will be fielded at the 14-yard line. Conyers on the return, gets it up across the 25, and he'll be ridden down by Okeowo. And we'll take another look at that touchdown that Johnson scored. Maddox able to roll out of the pocket, and then Johnson just comes free out of the backfield. And he's able to get to the goal line. Initially had Braden Hirschberger defending him, but he was able to get away from Hirschberger and find the end zone. And with the running clock situation, the clock is now down to 6:47. Handoff off the right side to Cardwell. A good run by Cardwell. He gets about 8 out of that carry. Cole Cardwell, the leading rusher for this Northwestern team coming into play tonight. He picks up 9 that time. He had 800 yards coming into this game. Over 800 yards, that is. Another handoff to Cardwell, and he's pursued well in the backfield and taken down by Larry Schoenefeld. Larry Schoenefeld took no time at all to get penetration. Schoenefeld has a sack in this game in addition to that tackle for loss moments ago. I believe he's got the only sack for Concordia so far. Come to think of it, I don't think Northwestern has a sack either. By the way, the score between Southside and Delta is now 28-18. Delta with the lead. That game's at halftime. This game's in a running clock situation. Fake the handoff. It's Slate on the keeper, trying to get to the outside. He'll surge ahead. He's going to be short by about a yard. I think that was Pratt, either Pratt or Turner, who made the tackle for Concordia. Xander Pratt is number 6. Jaden Turner is number 5. And this is 4th and 1. Northwestern's going to go for it. High snap. Slate looks to throw. Floats it downfield. He's got a man open, but he overthrew him. Intended for Conyers. That was a touchdown waiting to happen, and Slate missed him. And Concordia is going to take over on downs. The second turnover on downs that the defense has forced today, but that one was about to be a touchdown. Conyers was wide open. And he would have cashed in some good luck had he caught that ball. But again, Slate just missed him. But Concordia takes over with the ball at the 35-yard line in Northwestern territory. By the way, in case you didn't get the reference, that song playing in the background was Some Nights by the Wisconsin-based group Fun. Yes, that's the name of the band, Fun. It's Concordia who's having some fun, although not so much on that play as Johnson only gets about a yard, maybe 2. The tackle made by Braden Hirschberger. Going to call it a gain of just 1. Make it 2nd down and 9. Eli Maddox remains in the game. That's Rusher who goes in motion at tight end. Landon Kaczynski will go in motion as well. Maddox fakes to him. Looks to throw to the sideline. Pass is caught. Jace Parnan down the sideline. And apparently he never went out. Or did he? No, he did not. It's a touchdown. Jace Parnan stayed in bounds and gets the touchdown. And Concordia now has a 47-6 lead. High snap to Ripke, and that kick is good by Sam Bruno. 48-6. Concordia with 21 points scored here in this third quarter. They scored 27 in the first quarter, and Eli Maddox now has his 4th touchdown pass of the game. He's thrown 2 of them here in this second half, 2 of them in the first half. think Concordia has put up more points than anybody else in either the SAC or the Northeast 8 so far this night, 48-6. And in case you're wondering if this is the most points Concordia has scored this season, it absolutely is. Up until tonight, their highest point total came in Week 1 against Southside. 42-20 was the final there. They put up 48 points tonight, and as soon as this ball is kicked off, the clock will start running again. We'll be back in the running clock scenario as Bruno boots it away. That kick goes out of bounds at the 10-yard line. Well, one of the few things that Concordia hasn't done right tonight is the penalties. They've committed quite a few of those. Other than that, it has been a very well-played game by Concordia. And we'll hope to get an update for you coming out of the fourth quarter break, what the score might be between Norwell and Mahoney. That's not one of our games on Summit City Sports, so we'll see if we can get an update, but no guarantees. Handoff straight up the middle, that's Cardwell, and Cardwell picks up 3 yards on that carry. This will be 2nd down and 7 after the short gainer. That pass incomplete. Looking for Amarion Conyers. This is 3rd and 7 after the incompletion. And it looks like Norwell has a lead of 49-0 over Mahoney in the fourth quarter. There's a deep ball down the sideline, incomplete, and a flag comes in. It looked like an uncatchable pass, but the signal is going to be pass interference, and I think they're going to get Landon Kaczynski, and they are. Kaczynski, who has had such a brilliant game today. It looks like we've got a score of 20-14. Leo with the lead over East Noble there in the fourth quarter, but this game is about to go into the fourth quarter. Concordia up 48-6 as we await the fourth here on SummitCitySports.com.
Here at Always 100, we have different things that we provide each week with our elite training, working on things that can help them get a scholarship in the future if they don't have one right now. Watching skill development, helping kids get better, understanding what it takes to get to the next level, catching and shooting, working on ball handling. In the last 5 years, we had over 200 kids just able to play basketball at some places from the NAIA, Division III, Division II, or Division I level.
We begin the fourth quarter here at Zollner Stadium. Concordia with a 48-6 lead over Northwestern. Jansen Slade operating out of the shotgun. Gets some pressure right up the middle and still finds his man. That's going to be a first down to Cardwell, still going. Takes it down to the 24-yard line. Cole Cardwell with a good gain on first down. It is a running clock situation, but Northwestern looking to score to start the fourth quarter. They came up with 6 points to close out the second. So he outscored Concordia 6-0 in that second quarter. This time it's a run play to Cardwell, and he's right up the middle for a gain of 4. By the way, when we last checked, Norwell was leading Mahoney 49-0. Norwell has lost only one game all season. That was at the hands of Leo. Leo, who came into today undefeated. Now, when we last checked, Leo was up 20-14 over East Noble. Not sure if they've kicked an extra point since then, or perhaps not. Still showing 20-7. Downfield, that pass knocked away and incomplete. Intended for William Baxter. On the coverage was Wyatt Rainey, the junior defensive back. And it's going to be 3rd down and 6. Despite the incompletion, it is a running clock scenario. Clock is down to 10-12. And whistles will blow this dead. It's a false start against Northwestern, and I believe that's the first penalty against Northwestern. It's been Concordia who's been bit by the penalty bug today, despite the fact that they have put together such a great performance and have this 48-6 lead. A penalty will make it 3rd down and 11. I mentioned that Norwell-Mahoney game. Winner of that game plays the winner of this game, and it looks like it's going to be a rematch of last year's sectional championship when Concordia beat Norwell, although the teams are on opposite ends of the spectrum as far as records are concerned this year. Handoff off the right side to Cardwell, and he gets a good gain there on 3rd and long. Takes it down to look like the 18, maybe the 17-yard line, and then makes it a manageable. What should be a 4th down situation. Yeah, that was 3rd and 11. The down marker says 1st down. That's not correct. It should be 4th down. And now they've changed it. 4th and 3 is what it shows. Slate will fake the handoff and keep it himself. I don't think he got there. They're going to mark him at the 16-yard line. That's about 1.5 yards short. That's the 3rd 4th down stop by Concordia in this game. Whistles blow, and Concordia, I think, has taken a timeout. Well, while they take a timeout, we'll also take one here on SummitCitySports.com.
I came into PSM my freshman year after volleyball. Just coming here just really improved mentally and physically. I brought in my strengths. I came in and I learned how to grow as an athlete. I mean, I've gotten stronger, sprint faster, get up higher. My jump has elevated. Working with Tyler, he built up my endurance for everything, whether it's in weights, sprints. All across the board, we just keep working. And I have athlete development at Warsaw High School that I go to. And so I send him my thing every day. And he changes what we do in here to adapt to what we do there. High school volleyball, when you can go up to 5 sets, being able to outwork everybody and still being able to put in that 100% was huge for me. PSM performance definitely helped me mentally. I know I can beat out people. I know I can work for what I have, and I know I can even go to the next level on the court. Looking at college, I can put on it. I'm training at a college level.
48-6 in favor of Concordia. And it looks like they've made a change at quarterback. They have made a change at running back. That's Tyler Moher taking it up the middle. And then now at quarterback for Concordia is Joseph Gernhardt, a 5'11 sophomore. That's Moher's first carry of the game. It's been all Dontrell Johnson in the running game, aside from one Eli Maddox touchdown run. Maddox has thrown for 4 touchdown passes in the game. Here's the handoff. Moher again. Second effort might have gotten him the first down. He needed to get to just short of the 26, and it looks like he's got it. Couple of scoring updates for you, meanwhile. Prairie Heights leads Woodland 26-14 at the end of the third quarter. New Haven now leads 35-21 over Huntington North. Here at Concordia, we are in the fourth quarter with the Cadets leading 48-6, and it's 1st and 10 for the Cadets. It is a running clock situation. We got less than 7 minutes to go. Another handoff to Moher, and he gets drilled in the backfield. Big defensive lineman Braden Prince. That's going to make it 2nd down and 12 after the negative play. Concordia certainly content to allow the clock to run, although I don't think they want those negative plays at any point. So far, we have not seen Joseph Gernhardt throw a pass. Doesn't necessarily need to in the running clock situation. But he's going to throw one here. And he fires, and that one's dropped. Should have been intercepted. Braden Hirschberger had it right in his breadbasket.
But it is nearly intercepted. Scratch that. Intended for number 8, Noah Geyer.
That's intended for Noah Geyer. The clock is running, so the incompletion doesn't stop that. It's a running clock situation with Concordia up by 42 points in the second half. 5.5 minutes to go in this one. Gernhardt takes the snap and hands it off to Moher. And Moher takes it just across the 25-yard line. I don't quite think he got back to the original line of scrimmage. It's going to be 4th and 11. It certainly looks like it's going to be Norwell versus Concordia next week for the second round of sectionals here in Class 3A, as Norwell, when we last checked, was rolling over Maconaquah 49-0. Concordia is rolling here over Northwestern. Deep punt there by Moher goes over the head of Collins. Did he touch that? Well, either way, it goes out of bounds. I said Collins, that should be Conyers, Amarion Conyers. And it went out at the 16-yard line, and that is where Northwestern is going to start this drive. So Northwestern's going to start deep in their own territory. Clock is running. We've got less than 4 minutes to go as Concordia looks like they're on their way to the second round. Wayne now leads 21-13. Marion making a bit of a surge. Wayne was up 21-0 at one point in that game. They run it off the right side. And taking it out of bounds there, I believe that's Cardwell, and it is. Cole Cardwell, who takes it out close to the 40-yard line and gets some breathing room for the Tigers. We do have plenty of Indiana Tech athletics coming up this weekend. We've got hockey going on right now. When I last checked, UM Dearborn was leading Indiana Tech in men's hockey 3-0. I believe those were the first intermission. That's a first down run, meanwhile, by Cardwell. And tomorrow, we will have a soccer doubleheader. Men's and women's soccer. I'll be there for both of those games as Indiana Tech takes on Rochester. The men play at noon and the women play at 3. 2.5 minutes to go. Slate operating out of the shotgun. And Jansen Slate will keep this one. And check that, got a quarterback change, it looks like. That's Cameron Davis, the sophomore, wearing number 3. Cameron Davis is 6'1", 165-pound quarterback, also plays defensive back for Northwestern. Little toss play off the right side to Cardwell, and he's got the first down. Well, up until the last drive of the first half for Northwestern, they only picked up just one first down, and that was actually on the drive prior to that. Cardwell moving the ball effectively here on this drive for Northwestern, but Concordia is about to close out the victory here. 48-6 is the lead. Northwestern, though, could put some points on the board before this game is all said and done. Here's Davis to throw. Wants the deep ball toward the end zone, and it's caught! And into the end zone is Conyers for the touchdown. Amarion Conyers with his second touchdown of the game. And Concordia is still up, but now 48-12. Clock is running. It's down to 50 seconds. I believe it'll stop after the extra point. Little two-point attempt here. This is Cardwell who takes it in. And Northwestern makes it 48-14. And again, that's Conyers' second touchdown of the game. A very well-thrown ball by Cameron Davis. But Concordia is going to walk out of here with the victory when it's all said and done. They're up 34, 48-14, and they're about to get the ball back with 34 seconds left in regulation. As we take another look at this play on the Traction AP replay. Conyers gets past the defender and makes the catch in the end zone. That was Grant Hayworth who was defending on the play. Check that. That's number 43 for Concordia. That's Michael McCowan, the freshman. And Conyers was able to get just enough separation on McCowan to make the touchdown catch. 34 seconds to go in regulation. Concordia, though they give up the touchdown, they are on their way to the second round of sectionals where, barring a miraculous comeback, they would take on Norwell. We last checked on that game. Norwell was up 49-0, and I think Northwestern may have been offsides on that kickoff attempt. They were trying to kick it onside. It would have been recovered by Concordia. Northwestern's going to have to kick it again from 5 yards further back. And have them kick it from the 35-yard line. And this time he'll kick it a little farther. That'll be caught at the 33-yard line. That's Xander Pratt on the return. Gets it across the 40, across the 50. Pratt still going, and out of bounds across the 35, and the clock has hit 0. Well, Concordia gets the victory. They knock off Northwestern in the first round of the Class 3A sectional tournament. And Concordia, in all likelihood, will go on to play Norwell next week for the second round. And we just got the official announcement that it will be Concordia taking on Norwell in the sectional semifinals. Those two teams played each other last year in a sectional championship game right here at Zollner Stadium. Concordia won that game against a Norwell team that was one of the top teams in the Northeast 8, as Concordia claimed a second straight sectional championship. They'll look to move on past the semifinal round next week when they take on Norwell, but Norwell has only lost one game this season. It will be a tough task, but tonight Concordia is the winner, 48-14. And for our Parkview Sports Medicine players of the game, we're going to give it to three different individuals. Eli Maddox throws 4 touchdown passes and rushes for 1. Dontrell Johnson, a pair of rushing touchdowns and a receiving touchdown. And Landon Kaczynski also had a big day. Caught a touchdown pass, caught a deep ball on a flea flicker, had an interception that was nearly returned for a touchdown, and a tackle for loss. So your Parkview Sports Medicine players of the game are Eli Maddox, Dontrell Johnson, and Landon Kaczynski. And that's going to do it from right here at Zollner Stadium on the campus of Concordia High School. For my camera operator, Kenny Reeder, this is Thad Goff saying so long from Zollner. Cadets win at 48-14. You've been watching high school football on SummitCitySports.com.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Here at Always 100, we have different things that we provide each week with our elite training, working on things that can help them get a scholarship in the future if they don't have one right now. Bunch of skill development, helping kids get better, understanding what it takes to get to the next level, catching and shooting, working on ball handling. In the last 5 years, we had over 200 kids that's able to play basketball at some places from the NAIA, Division III, Division II, or Division I level.
Your kids grow up quick, and there's a lot to teach them. Some lessons they won't pick up in school. Some they'll learn the hard way. But when it's time to give them the keys to their finances, we'll be there to help with their first checking account and the tools they need to make sense of their money. And even though they're off on their own, you'll be able to check in to see how they're doing. Raising your children is important, and teaching them about money is a big deal. So ProFed makes it easy. Federally insured by the NCUA, Equal Housing.